Welcome to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. Now here's your host, Courtney Boggs.
Hello, Sooner Nation, and welcome back to your favorite Monday Night Pastime. I'm your host, Courtney Boggs, alongside my analysts, Blakely Durham and Reagan Ledbetter. We also have a very spunky studio audience with us. Who's here, guys?
We have some rowdy members of the Alpha Tau Omega fraternity with us tonight.
That's right. We've got some other Sooner sports fans joining us. Should be a great show.
We also have two very special guests in the audience. Rashard, Odomes, and Christian James are with us. We will talk to them later on in the show.
That's right. And coming up in Face-Off, Reagan and I are looking ahead to the future schedule for men's gymnastics.
And later on, we'll give you a look at the bright future of men's basketball.
Well, last week we talked a lot about the women's gymnastics team, and I'm sure we'll talk about them again because they are incredible. But they're not the only gymnastics team on campus that is dominating the nation right now. The men's team is also ranked #1 in the NCAA, but they took a break from the college scene this past weekend while a handful of members from the team and some former Sooner greats competed at the Las Vegas Winter Cup. We've discussed Maggie Nichols and Brenna Dow and their spot on the national roster, but now there are 3 more current Sooners joining the national lineup. This time on the men's side, sophomore Yoel Moldauer won the all-around, while senior Alan Bauer finished 3rd, guaranteeing them both spots on the team. Junior Hunter Justice, along with alumni Chris Brooks, Jake Dalton, Alex Nador, and recent graduate Kanji Oyama, who was part of that national championship team last year, made the national team as well. And by capturing the overall title, Moldauer got an exclusive invite to compete at the 2017 American Cup, which features only a small minority of the world's best gymnasts. Make no mistake, though, the guys are still focused on their goal of another NCAA national title and will be back in action again this weekend at home inside the McCaslin Fieldhouse against the Air Force. And speaking of gymnastics, the women's gymnastics team also had an exciting weekend. They competed against #2 LSU. I'm hoping they brought home more than just beads from the Mardi Gras Invitational. Tell me you have good news, Blakely.
Courtney, I have great news. The women's gymnastics team crushed it in the Mardi Gras Invitational with their 3rd best score ever. They took 1st place against 3 other top 15 squads. Maggie Nichols dazzled her way to another all-around title while also placing 1st on all 4 events. Not only that, but her overall score was her personal best, and now it is the top score in the nation by any gymnast. Women gymnasts, I should say. Seriously incredible. I wish I could have been there to see that. They once again dominated. Who can beat these people?
They're good. All right, I'm going to give my next one.
Are so
but
good.
First, a shout out to the birthday girl, Blakely Durham, 22 today.
Thank you.
Of course. Wrestling team finished their regular season on Friday night in the McCaslin Fieldhouse, and man, they did not disappoint. Big win. It was a spotlight duel. They shut off all the lights and have 1 light on the mat. And man, they started out pretty even, but before they rattled off 6 straight wins, highlighted by Matt Reed's 18-1 win and Clark Glass's 17-0 shutout. But once again, it was capped off by the big man, Ross Larson, another big win in the final seconds to cap off his 8th straight win. The guys are back in action in 2 weeks, March 4th, at the Big 12 tournament.
All right. I'm excited to see them in the postseason.
They're on a good streak right now, 11-6
this year. They've had a good season so far. But it doesn't stop there. The women's basketball team also played over the weekend against our Red River rivals, Texas. And the baseball team had their season opener. Guys, how did those teams do?
Well, it was a weekend for girl power as the women's basketball team crushed Texas.
Yeah, they
Horns
did.
down, baby. Peyton Little, senior, with 2 seconds left on the clock, swishes a 3 to give them the 74-73 lead. That would be the end of it. What a way to go out your senior year, beating Texas at home. Amazing. She had a great game. Congratulations, Peyton. And Vivi Pierre-Louise also had a great game as well, with 21 points, and overall a stellar win for this women's basketball team. I knew they could do it. I knew they could beat Texas, and they beat them. They're the number 1 or the number 18
their streak, too.
in the country. Yes, that's right.
Well, I'm going to hit the diamond because OU baseball is back in action. It's baseball season again. Get fired up about it. I love baseball. You know, they got quite the surprise. The series got moved from Long Beach out in Cali to Norman due to weather. Kind of weird. I don't know. But, man, they were ready for it. They came in Friday night, put up 6 runs through 6 innings to get the big win, 6-2 for Friday night. Saturday, however, a little bit different story. They were 2-2, tied through 7 innings. Before they gave up 6 runs in the 7th inning, lost 8-3. But hey, the all-important rubber match was on Sunday, and man, they came back down 2-1, put up 3 runs in the 6th inning to get the win, 4-2, and take the series. The Sooners are off to a good start. Baseball season.
Awesome.
I love it.
I can watch baseball for hours, so I'm excited that they're underway.
Good weather for it, too.
It is good baseball weather. It is now time for a break. When we come back, Reagan and Blakely will be debating who they think might have the best chance to dethrone the men's gymnastics team. Stay with us. Welcome back to the pad. It's now time for another round of baseball. Okay, guys, we know that the men's gymnastics team is great. We talked about it earlier
they're
in
pretty
the
good.
show.
You can say that. You can say that.
They All right. So their season isn't over yet, though. Who do you think has the best chance to beat them, or who might be their most difficult matchup as they finish out their regular season?
I think the only team that's even going to get in the range of beating the Sooners would have to be Stanford. Now, the thing is, this team has competed on a high level for the past 3 years, and the Sooners basically have had no competition during that time. I don't really think Stanford is a competition for them. I think they can beat them. But it is the number 2 team in the country, and they do have to go to Stanford to do that. It's their last away meet of the season. The rest are home meets, so it's probably going to be the most difficult, but I do think they can get it done.
They're like the USA men's basketball team. They just dominate everybody. I don't know what it is.
know.
I'm going to start out by saying I don't think anybody's going to beat them, but if we're talking about toughest challenges, I think it's going to be Stanford again, but later on in the season when they face them again in the quad meet at Cal, they have to face them twice. They have to face the top 3 teams in the nation after them, back to back to back in March. It's going to wear them out. Stanford gets a second shot at them. It may be, a tough test for the Sooners. Have to face Stanford again, more experience, but let's be honest, they're going to roll through them. It may be close, but they'll win. They always do.
I think this team's going to get another title.
Hey, a little bit of history. In 2011, the Sooners were ranked number 1, Stanford number 2. They kept flip-flopping back and forth. They beat Stanford twice in regular season, and then Stanford took the national title. So we don't want history to repeat itself. I don't think it will.
Way to be a Debbie Downer.
No, I'm not a Debbie Downer. You know I love my gymnastics team.
Oh,
just
I know
saying.
you do.
All right. I'm now here with Cooper, and he has a question for you.
Yes. What was your main takeaway from the men's basketball game last week?
I think my takeaway from the weekend and pretty much the whole season is that this team is losing some heartbreakers. Man, they are getting within 2-4 points of teams like Texas, Iowa State, OSU both times, so they're just losing these heartbreaking games. And I really think they've proved they can win. They went to Morgantown. They beat West Virginia, which was a huge win.
Big win.
So we know they can do it. I think it's just you got to close out those games and you got to finish.
Well, my takeaway is going to be the same thing it's been all season. That's the young stars. They got a lot of young guys, but a lot of rising stars along with it. I mean, when you lose the National Player of the Year in Buddy Hield, it's hard to just repeat and go back to that same level. Well, the Sooners have a lot of players and freshmen like Cameron McGusty, Christian Doolittle, these 2 guys in the audience right now who are playing at a high level right now and are going to carry this team. Give them some time. It takes time to build a team when you have a lot of young stars starting. I think if you give this team one more year, back in contention, no question. Guys are good.
I'm excited for the future, definitely excited for the future. It's now time for one of my favorite parts of the show, viral videos. Okay, I'm ready for someone to wow me. Let's go.
Okay, well, we talked about Golden State and OKC last week, little KD Russ action. Yeah, I know, okay.
Cupcake.
But it's entertaining. So last night at the All-Star game, this happened. KD to Russ, the alley-oop. Okay, before that, Russ actually passed the ball to KD. Then you got a little Russ, KD, KD, Russ, all that action going on. So maybe they're making up. I don't know. Maybe Russ is just trying to dunk it on his face. You never know, but it's entertaining nonetheless.
All right, well, usually they're supposed to be pretty funny, viral videos. This week, grab all the tissues. The big man, the soft-spoken Samaje P. Ryan is getting married. He proposed. He actually did it in the most epic way I've probably ever seen. He had a magician, put connection activity, had them write how they felt about each other and put it in their mouth. kissed, eventually, reads it, gets down on one knee. The big man is getting married, proposes to his longtime girlfriend, Megan.
Yes.
She said yes. He's just so soft-spoken.
That was a good one.
Congrats, guys. That is well done, Samaje. Well done.
Oh, that video's so cute. It's definitely cooler than any proposal I'm probably going to experience. It's fine, though. I know. Oh, that's so sad. Sorry, Trey. All right, it is now time to vote. Give it up for who you think won. Was it Blakely?
No, I'm not feeling the love tonight.
All right, what about the rookie, Reagan? 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to have to give it to Reagan again. He is now 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we'll get a little bit deeper into details of that young basketball team we talked about earlier. Stay with us.
Special thanks to our cornerstone television partners, Chesapeake Energy, River Wind Resort, Anheuser-Busch, OU Outreach, and OU Medicine.
Welcome back. Last year, Buddy Hield and the Sooners proved to everyone that OU is not just a football school. This season, the team is turning over a new leaf without Buddy Hield. Let's take a look at what the young up-and-coming team is doing this season.
Well, they are an impressive team.
They are, Bern, just as we were speaking.
2016 was a historic season, and when you take a program to its first Final Four in 14 years, the question that usually follows is when are you going to do it again? But when you lose players like Ryan Spangler, Buddy Hield, and Isaiah Cousins, and a team of young future stars is left to fend for themselves, the result is a rebuilding year. It's been a tough season for the basketball team, but here at the Lloyd Noble Center, morale is high. Players are learning from tough mistakes, and the team remains optimistic about the future. And for good reason. With 7 underclassmen averaging at least 15 minutes a game, players who will be back next year are getting valuable experience.
Just anytime someone with less experience is playing in the Big 12, it's a bigger challenge. But again, our young guys are now toward the end of their freshman year, so it's not like they've not been through some Big 12 minutes. So they've got a much better idea now than they would have had back in December for sure.
And when senior point guard Jordan Woodard went down with an ACL injury, Cam McGusty and others only saw their roles increase.
I mean, we're basically playing with our same team from next year. So it's a blessing and a curse because, losing Wood, but at the same time, we have stuff to build on and we can kind of get a head start on next year.
One thing that isn't missing from this team is unity. Last week against Texas, Jamoni McNeese's 14 points and 14 rebounds propelled the Sooners to victory. But he knows that wouldn't have been possible without the help of his teammates.
Like, that happened because of what they've been doing. Cam, people can't really help off of him. Bro's been attacking the paint really well. Everyone's come in and contributes. And though it may not show in the win column, Coach Kruger thinks that improvements have been made across the board.
Just the understanding of how fast the game is, how physical the game is, and what's allowed, what's not allowed in Big 12 play. So just the progress they've made with understanding what lies ahead.
So if someday these current Sooners do reach the heights of 2016, they'll have the learning experience that 2017 provided to thank. For Sooner Sports Pad, I'm Nate Fain.
Get an impact early.
Thank you, Nate. We look forward to keeping up with this team in the future, but now we actually have 2 members of the team in studio with us, Rashard Odomes and Christian James.
Yes, we do. Thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys for joining us. You have a big game tomorrow in Waco. Baylor's a tough team to play right now. It's a tough place to play. How have you been preparing?
Definitely. They're long and lengthy. They're second in the conference, so we really have to prepare and step up our game for tomorrow.
Yeah, basically like what you said, we just been learning from our mistakes that we've been making in previous games. So we just get back, watch film, and see what we can do better.
How big was that win last week for you guys' confidence moving forward?
I think we're young. Every win is big for us right now. Every win builds our confidence. I think we had the lead on every team in the Big 12 except Baylor, so we really want to come out and prove and show them that we can play.
Yeah, like you said, it was a big win, a great win, especially versus Texas.
Yes, it was.
It's always a good one.
Yeah, so it just kind of gets us going and boosts everyone's confidence, so gets playing better.
And you guys have talked about it's kind of the story of the team. So many young guys, but what's the dynamic like for you guys working together as a team?
I think it's just helping us get closer and ready for next year. I think we're gonna be pretty good next year. We're gonna be really good. We have a lot of talented guards, and we're just building. We just keep grinding every day.
Like I said, we're just building. We have the same team that's going to be back next year, so we have a little head start on next year, and then we got great recruits coming in as well. So
we got Trey.
You guys both got good playing time last year, and you guys, early season. You have guys like Cameron McGusty and Christian Doolittle who are getting that same playing time this year. How big is that for their confidence moving forward into the next few years?
We need everybody. We need everybody to step up and make plays and play to the best of their abilities. So it's just giving them experience. We have experience because we went to the Final Four, so we've been there, and that's just giving them experience to keep going.
Yeah, just giving everybody experience so next year they know what mistakes we can't make and how important each game is and how important each possession is and how valuable it is. And they know that each game in the Big 12 is hard no matter who we're playing, so it's just giving them experience.
Yep.
And losing Jordan Woodard, was that so tough. But did that kind of help you guys even grow closer and want to play for him or try to finish out the season strong?
Yeah, definitely. It's our big brother. It's our only senior. So we just try to go out there and play for him because I know he want to be out there with us just as bad. So we just go out there and try to get a win for him, and we did it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was sad, but it just made all of us want to step up and just play for him and just give it all we got.
All right, it's one of the elephants in the room. Buddy Hield traded last night. What are the thoughts, guys? What are the thoughts? That's what I said. That's what I said.
Crazy, man, that's crazy. I hope they let him go so he can really showcase his talent. So I think that was a good move for him.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to showcase his talent like he said. But he's a great player, and he taught me a lot, so I wish the best for him.
They need to pay him more, too.
Yes, well, we definitely wish him the best. And Courtney has an audience question for you guys now.
I do. I actually have a question for you real quick. We talked about you guys have a young team. Lon Kruger is kind of known for developing young talent. How do you think he's had an impact on this team this season?
Definitely. He's been very patient with us. He's taught us so much offensively and defensively. Teaches us how to play together and stay together through bad times. So great coach. I love him.
Yeah, he just keeps our confidence up and make sure we're not getting down. I mean, each game, even after the losses, he'll still show us everything that we've been doing fine and we're great at and stuff like that. And he just helps us on our mistakes and we won't make them again.
Very cool. I'm here with my buddy Cooper, and he has a question for you too.
Yeah, what music or songs do y'all like to listen to before games to get kind of get in the mindset for a game?
That's the DJ, so he gotta answer.
You go first.
I don't play no beat. I listen to whatever he plays, and I just dance to whatever they play. But this the DJ right here.
I definitely listen to Future. You gotta have Future.
So you guys like to dance?
Oh, that's him.
Hey, we're going to get you to dance before the end of this show. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
All right, when we come back, it is time for Dynamic Duo. Stick around. Time for Dynamic Duos. Okay, I asked Rashard questions before the game. Now you tell me what he answered. All right, question number 1. What is his go-to pre-game ritual? Is it A, watch YouTube videos, B, take a shower, C, music, or D, yoga? Shower?
You gotta get that shower in
Take a
for the
shower?
game. You gotta get
Let's
that
see.
shower in.
Yeah.
Oh, man. 1 for 1. He's good. He's good.
He got it. He knows you.
He said you weren't going to know that.
That's my point.
All right. Question number 2. If he could choose his ideal shot, what would it be? A, dribble drive, B, free throw, C, jump shot, or D, three-pointer? What do you think?
I'm gonna go with the 3.
The 3? Let's see.
What is it?
There we go. Triple threat. He said he thought he was going to be funny. All right. Question number 3. Let's see if you can make a comeback. What is his idea of the perfect pizza? A, barbecue chicken, B, the basic cheese, C, Alfredo, or D, sausage, pepperoni, and bacon?
Meat lovers.
Go with the chicken and barbecue?
Chicken barbecue? Let's see.
Oh, no.
thought you were a boy.
No.
I thought that was the one. I knew it, but I didn't.
You got the one you didn't think you would get.
I see.
We gotta get this one.
All right, cool.
All right. Okay, this is our last question before our dance party. What superpower would Rashard have? A, flying, B, invisibility, C, mind reading, or D, time travel? This is a tough one.
Flying? Audience says flying.
I'm gonna go with time travel.
Time travel.
That's cool.
He said basketball.
Okay.
Basketball is flying.
That's not cool no more. You gotta find the right one.
Okay, are we gonna get an exit dance move? Exit dance move, come on.
I'm not in the mood no more. I thought we was cool.
I'm waiting for it. Hey, then you should have to dance to make up for the game. Come on, dance, 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 dance. Thank you. That is all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We'll be back again next week.